What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Miles of Horror, your home for all things horror, physical media, and indie cult cinema. And as always, the only channel that's going to make you scream. So I appreciate you guys hanging out and being with me here today. It's a pretty chilly Monday here in New York City. I have the day off from school, from teaching, so I have a video that I really want to make that's been on my mind lately for a number of reasons. But before I get into it, if you guys could be so kind as to hit that like button, it means the world. It takes 2 seconds to hit it, and it really helps the algorithm share my videos and all that stuff. So if you guys can hit that like button, please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it, and share this on your social media page, etc. You can find me at Miles of Horror on Instagram. I have a pretty decent page over there that I do a lot of posting of my collection, etc. So anyway, thank you guys for being here, and let's get into today's topic because collecting's in a very weird place. In so many ways right now, collecting horror movies. And it is, we are in a weird era of the chunky box set, right? And like it seems that more and more everything is being made into a chunky box that costs around 60 to 70 bucks. So many different movies. And I had a few realizations lately. And it really kind of stemmed from a trip to Walmart that I had a couple days ago. Now, I live in New York City, so I don't really have any Walmarts close by that are easily accessible. So I was out in Jersey visiting a couple friends, and I went to a Walmart because people were mentioning that the Friday 13th box set were popping up in different Walmarts. I was like, you know what? Let me go pop over there, see if they have one. Maybe I can help someone out or, hold on to it, whatever, just to get like an extra set. I figured why not, right? And so I popped over there, and again, I don't go to Walmart often, so I don't really know that they have a big physical media selection, but they do. And I ended up picking up some things, but I had some interesting realizations while I was there. So here's kind of what happened. I picked up three things. First of all, I picked up Halloween Town and Halloween Town 2 slipcover DVD, which is super sweet. I picked up the Halloween Town High and Return to Halloween Town. Super cheap. These are like, I don't know, $5 each. And, I'm super excited to watch them on DVD. I have a CRT. I also picked up a movie called Lanterns Lane. Okay, and I picked this up on DVD as well. Slipcover edition, Lanterns Lane, which seems super cool. I don't know anything about it. It's a more recent movie, 2021, but it looks super cool, like a Halloween slasher. But anyway, it got me thinking because I picked up these DVDs now. DVD was like the original format that I collected when I was in my teens. I had a big DVD horror collection when I was younger. And then I kind of didn't collect for a while, but I had a ton of horror DVDs. When I was a kid in our house, we had a lot of, VHS tapes, etc. Because I grew up in the 90s, but that was the first way I started watching horror movies, but I didn't really collect VHS when I was younger. We had some in the house, but DVD is where I really started collecting on my own when I was a teen. And I was really able to kind of go out to Best Buy and go to the stores and get the stuff that I wanted for myself with my own money. So it really originated with DVD for me. And so, I have a pretty big DVD collection from when I was younger. And I've really bolstered that over, since I started seriously collecting back in 2016-ish is when I really started to get serious again. And so my DVD collection is pretty, robust at this point. And I've really enjoyed kind of going back now and kind of watching DVDs because I have a CRT and it looks great on there. But also, it reminds me that it's about the movie, right? And I think that gets lost in a lot of ways in today's today's market of collecting and how studios and boutique labels put out these movies. I think we really get lost in our collecting goals and our collecting visions in the era of the chunky box set. Now it's 2025, and I can tell you right now that just about everything is put out in a chunky box set. And so it's hard to kind of pick and choose what you want, what you don't want. And I'm the kind of person that I'm a sucker for packaging. And I really, if there's a movie I want and I might have it and there's a new edition with good packaging, I'm the kind of person that would be like, I have to have it because I love the movie, etc. But I started to even to like delve out of that a little bit and just start getting these souped up box set editions of movies I've never even seen. And I have some examples of that. And it's a little crazy to me that I'm doing that. And so, I picked up this Lanterns Lane movie and watched yet, but like I could have easily seen this, and it still could, like an Umbrella or someone doing like this chunky boy edition of this for like $60, where you get like a lot of extras. And I'm not hating on the chunky box. Okay, I am a big fan of the chunky box. I mean, I have some of my favorite releases I have in my collection are the Substance one click chunky box, one movie in here. Okay, 3 different editions. It costs a lot of money. But I adore that movie. Okay, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And and also I have, I just go on my Instagram page. You see, I have a huge collection. But I have Trick or Treat, just right here, a couple examples. Deadly Spawn, of just editions, chunky boys that are fantastic, loaded with extras. Movies that really deserved upgrades, and so I obviously jumped on them. But I kind of like started delving out into like movies that I didn't need in chunky boxes, because every movie is being put out like that. And so I went to Walmart and I saw Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. It was a 2-pack. It was the first and the second. Okay. And then they had Return to Neverland, and the Winnie the Pooh 2-pack was like, I don't know, $12. It was like $6 a movie. Yet here I am sitting here with these 2 editions from Umbrella. They probably cost about $50 each, maybe, yeah, probably $50 each. And then you got the Umbrella shipping and all that. I haven't even opened these yet. Okay. And they're super cool editions. I'm not taking anything away from the edition. There are extras and stuff. These are super limited. This is 1,500. This is 2,500. So it is definitely limited, but I don't fucking need it. And under no circumstance have I need it. Do I need it? And I'll even go as far as say I haven't even watched them yet, because I haven't seen the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. So I'm waiting to see that before I open that. But it's like, I should have just got the $6 DVD and that's it. Like, do I really care about the extras of this movie? No, the packaging is cool, but like, I think for me personally, there needs to be a serious amount of patience as far as collecting is concerned right now, and a serious amount of reflecting on when something comes out, do I need it? Okay. Another example is Second Sight just released Possession. Beautiful edition. Okay. And I strongly recommend, if you're a fan of that movie, which you should be because it's awesome, getting that. But I have the Umbrella edition. I don't need another set. I'm not going to get another chunky box. But anyway, the conversation here is thinking about really coming back to the basics as far as collecting and watching movies is concerned. And I'm not telling you not to get the chunky box, because for some movies, like, you want that special edition. You do. Like, it's just flat out, it's awesome. It's a great edition. You want it. You want a deep dive. You want the extras. But I'm willing to bet that 75% of movies, you just don't need to spend $60. You don't. And whether you have the old VHS or you have a DVD or you have a cheap Blu-ray, even at this point, because Blu-ray seems to be the cheapest format at this point, which is crazy to me. But a standard Blu-ray is probably the cheapest thing you're going to find right now, because even DVDs in a lot of ways are growing in price. But anyway, so I think there needs to be an honest conversation and reflection anytime you go to click buy, in regards to, what you're buying, because shit's expensive and space is hard to find in your, whatever collection you have. And, for something like Lanterns Lane, where it wouldn't shock me if this gets a chunky boy somewhere and I haven't watched yet. Maybe I will get it, but you just don't need a chunky box for everything. And the way the game is going and the way collecting is going, every single movie is being made into a chunky box. These movies just came out. This is like an old collector's edition movie that they're like upgrade. These movies came out within the last 2 years, and they're already getting these collector's editions. I haven't even seen the movie, and yet here I am thinking I need these collector's editions. And there's like a slew of examples that I have like that, which I'm really starting to reflect on the fact that, like, yes, I want extras, and yes, I want packaging, but I want all that stuff, but I don't need it for every movie. I really want it for just the titles that I love and the things that I really value. And, something like a Halloween, which I own in so many different capacities, but those are the movies where, like, if these special editions come out, maybe I'll consider getting it. Or again, like a Halloween Town. I have the DVD, it's great, but if this were to get like a special edition because I love this movie, or like a Hocus Pocus, things that are meaningful to me, movies that are meaningful to me that like I would want some new packaging for, some special edition, get some extras on, but like Winnie the Pooh. And like there isn't a ton of examples out there, like you just don't need it. So a few things I'm finding, right? Again, so as I mentioned before, everything's being turned into a limited edition box set. So please be careful, okay? Make sure that you really want it before you buy it, because again, this is just the way of how collecting is going. Umbrella just did a Black Sheep release. Okay, I have that DVD times like 4. Okay, just various collections I picked up, and I looked at it, I'm like, this is sweet. It's like a full sheep, like white fleece edition box set. I'm like, it's cool, but no, I don't need it. Under no circumstances do I need that. I have the DVD. I probably will never watch it again. Fun movie, but I'll probably will never watch it again. So it's like, do I need the box set even if I watch it once? I think that's another question you have to ask yourself is like, how many times are you gonna watch this movie? Because most movies I watch once and then it goes on my shelf. Um, there are a ton of movies I watch on regularly. I just watched the Night of the Demons remake last night for like the third time. That's a regular for me. Every couple of years, I love that movie. But I'm just saying, the majority of movies you watch and it's okay, and then you put it back. And you want to catalog it just in case. Anyway, but so everything is being turned into a box set. You have to be careful because really think about what movies you're gonna watch and enjoy, and want to keep in your collection because you're gonna watch it again. Okay. The other thing is this: I want to make sure I'm not shitting on the box set because they are great additions and they have super awesome extras and features, which is great, right? If you're a fan of the movie and want to deep dive, then go for it, right? I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you to be careful, right? If you love the movie and you love it to the point where the packaging matters and the extras matter, by all means, like I'm all about owning the best edition of that movie that you love under every circumstance. Okay, 100%. The other thing I want you guys to remember is this, right? There are other ways to watch movies. Okay. 99% of movies have other ways to watch it. Okay. And if you just care about watching the movie, right? Or there isn't really any other edition, you can get the DVD or you can get the Blu-ray. There's usually a standard Blu-ray out there, right? So Jacko is a movie that's not really that easy to find anymore. That DVD is pretty rare, but you can go on Makeflix and get the Blu-ray for cheap, $20. And it's pretty bare bones if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check, but you can get the movie, you can get the Blu-ray, and it's available. Or like again on Makeflix, they have like a Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. The VHS goes for like, I don't know, $300, and it's like if you just want the movie, get the $20 Blu-ray. And you can watch it whenever you want, catalog it. DVDs and Blu-rays are okay. Standard editions are okay. And I think we get so caught up on having the best edition of the movie, myself included, that we sometimes forget that this is awesome, right? Just this is great. I popped this in on my CRT and it's fantastic. It looks great. The feel is great. So remember that other formats are great for watching the movie, right? You don't need a 4K Ultra HD box set if it's, a movie you're going to watch once or twice. The 4K should really, in my mind, be reserved for things that you absolutely love or things that you don't necessarily own in your collection that you want to have, right? So anyway, I wanted to open this conversation up and get your thoughts on it because more and more lately, I'm just like, you know what? I've been very patient with collecting, and I see things. I'm like, you know what? I don't need it. I may have bought this a year ago, but like now that everything's being turned into a chunky set, I'm more and more saying to myself, just watch the DVD. You're gonna watch it once. Save that money for something you really want. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Let me know your thoughts because collecting is in a very weird place right now for me. And I think for a lot of people. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear where you guys are at in this. Are you someone who's like same like me? And I know a lot of collectors that like their whole collection these days is just like limited edition chunky boys. It's hard to pass up, but like I'm more and more moving away from those editions. Really strictly just for the movies that I really want. And going back to like bare bones, the releases just for the movie. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let me leave you with something fun here. What do we got? Oh, listen, chunky boss sets cost a lot of money.
Gonna cost a lot of money. Let's see.
So your boy Miles out. Hit me up in the comments, and I appreciate y'all hanging out. Peace.